In this video, we are going to fix a common mistake, repeating the same noun over and over. We will teach you how to use reference words to make your flow smooth and natural.
Exactly. First, we'll listen to a dialogue where a speaker gets stuck repeating words. Then, we'll fix it using context clues like this and that. Finally, we have a shadowing section so you can practice the rhythm yourself. Let's jump in.
Welcome back to the English Speaking Corner. I am Sarah.
And I am Mark. Today, we are tackling something that stops many intermediate learners from sounding truly fluent. It is not about vocabulary size. It is not about perfect accent. It is about flow.
That is right, Mark. Flow is that magical quality that connects one sentence to the next without a bump. Have you ever listened to a student who speaks correctly, but they sound a bit like a robot?
I hear this all the time. They might say sentences like this. I bought a new phone. The phone is very expensive. The phone has a good camera. I love the phone.
Grammatically, those sentences are perfect. There is no error. But native speakers would never speak that way. Hearing the phone 4 times in 10 seconds is exhausting for the listener.
It really is. It feels clunky. A native speaker is efficient. We want to say the most meaning with the fewest words. So we use special tools called reference words. These are words like it, this, that, and one. They act like invisible threads that tie your ideas together.
If we fix your example, Mark, it would sound like this. I bought a new phone. It was expensive, but it has a great camera. I love it.
That is so much better. You replaced the phone with it. It sounds lighter, faster, and more natural.
Today, we are going to break down the 3 main levels of referencing. Level 1 is simple pronouns. Level 2 is the battle between this and that. And level 3 is using one to avoid repeating objects.
Let us start with level 1, the simple pronoun it. This seems easy, Sarah, but students forget to use it when they are nervous.
They do. The rule is simple. Once you have introduced a singular object, you own the context. You do not need to name the object again. Your listener knows what you're talking about. You can simply say it.
Let's try a practice loop. I will give you the robotic version, and I want you to listen to how Sarah fixes it. Here is the first one. Where is the key? I cannot find the key.
Where is the key? I cannot find it.
Notice how the key became it in the second sentence. Let's try another. I made a cake. The cake is chocolate.
I made a cake. It is chocolate.
This seems basic, but mastering this is the foundation of fluency. If you are constantly naming nouns, you are slowing down your brain and your mouth.
Now let's move to the tricky part, level 2. This is where many of our B1 learners get confused. The difference between this and that.
Oh, the battle of this and that. In textbooks, it is explained simply. This is for things near you. That is for things far away. But in conversation, it is more subtle.
Exactly. It is about distance, but not just physical distance. It is about mental distance. Let's imagine we are holding a book. If I am holding it, I say, this book is heavy.
And if I am looking at the book in your hands, I say, that book looks heavy, because it is not touching me. It is over there with you.
But what happens when we talk about ideas or stories? We cannot touch a story.
This is the secret. If you are introducing a new idea or talking about something present right now, we often use this. If you are talking about something in the past or something someone else said, we often use that.
Let's give an example. Imagine I tell you some news. Mark, I am moving to Paris next month.
My natural reaction would be, that is wonderful.
Why did you use that?
Because the idea came from you. It is your news. It feels slightly over there with you. Also, once you said it, the news is technically in the past, even if it was just 1 second ago. So I refer back to it with that.
That is wonderful. That is crazy. That is interesting. These are set phrases we use to react to someone else's story. If you say, this is wonderful when responding to someone else, it can sound a little confusing. as if you are taking credit for the news.
However, if I am the one telling the story, I might use this to bring you closer. For example, I have this problem with my neighbor.
Ah, I love that structure. I have this problem. By using this, you are telling me, Sarah, listen closely. The problem is here, right now, and I am about to show it to you.
Exactly. This pulls the listener in. That pushes the topic slightly away, or acknowledges it is finished.
Before we go deeper into the this versus that rules, I want to remind you that if you are enjoying these detailed breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We create these podcast dialogues to help you shadow real, natural English, not just textbook grammar. If you want to speak with confidence, you are in the right place.
Let's look at another dimension of this and that. Time.
Yes, this is a very helpful rule for intermediate speakers. This usually refers to the present or the future. That usually refers to the past.
For example, this morning means the morning we are currently in or the one coming up today. That morning sounds like a specific morning in history. Do you remember that morning we went fishing?
Or think about a meeting. If we are sitting in the room, I say, this meeting is long. If the meeting finished 10 minutes ago, I say, that meeting was long.
So, if you are telling a story about your holiday last year, which word should you use to refer to the hotel, the food, or the experience?
You should probably use that. We went to a hotel. That hotel was beautiful. Or even better, it was beautiful. But if you want to emphasize the specific hotel, that is your best choice because it is in the past memory.
Let's practice this difference. I will describe a situation, and Sarah will react using a reference word. Situation 1. You are holding a delicious cup of coffee in your hand.
This coffee is delicious.
Situation 2. You are pointing at a building across the street.
That building is huge.
Situation 3. Your friend just told you they won the lottery.
That is amazing.
Situation 4. You are about to tell a joke to your friends.
Listen to this.
Perfect. Listen to this. You are introducing it. It is coming next. You would not say listen to that unless you are pointing at a sound happening somewhere else.
Now, let's move to level 3. This is a favorite of mine because it makes shopping and describing choices so much easier. The word one.
One is the ultimate substitution tool. It saves us from repeating the noun when we are choosing between things.
Imagine we are in a clothing store. Mark, you ask me which shirt I like.
Sarah, do you like the red shirt or the blue shirt?
Now, a robot would say, I like the blue shirt. But a native speaker says, I like the blue one.
We replaced shirt with one. It is so simple, but students often forget it. They either repeat the noun or they just say, I like the blue.
I like the blue is not technically wrong, but it sounds incomplete. Adjectives usually need a noun to hold on to. One acts as that holder. The blue one, the big one, the expensive one.
What if we are talking about plural things, like shoes?
Then we use ones with an S. I like the black ones.
Let's try a quick drill. I will ask a question, and Sarah, you answer using one or ones. Question. Do you want the small pizza or the large pizza?
I want the large one.
Question. Are these your keys or my keys?
Those are the ones I found on the table.
Very nice usage. You combined those and ones. Those are the ones. That is high-level fluency.
It sounds complicated, but it is just logic. Those points to the keys far away. Ones replaces the word keys.
Let's mix all these concepts together. We have it, this, that, and one. When you use them correctly, your stories come alive. You stop sounding like a list of facts and start sounding like a storyteller.
I want to talk about one advanced technique before we finish. This is for our listeners who want to reach that B2 or C1 level. It is called referencing a situation.
Oh, this is a good one. This is when we use this or that not to replace a noun, but to replace a whole sentence or a whole event.
Right. Let me give an example. John was late for work, he forgot his laptop, and he spilled coffee on his shirt.
That is a bad morning for John.
It is. Now, if I want to comment on that whole series of bad events, I don't need to list them again. I can just say, that ruined his day.
The word that encapsulates everything. the lateness, the laptop, and the coffee.
Or imagine a positive example. My boss gave me a raise and told me I could take Friday off.
This is why I love my job.
Exactly. This refers to the situation you just described. It connects your conclusion directly to your story.
If you did not use reference words there, you would have to say, my boss gave me a raise and a day off. The raise and the day off are why I love my job.
And suddenly, the robot is back.
We want to banish the robot. We want smooth human connection.
So, how do you practice this at home? You can do it by talking to yourself. I know it sounds funny, but narrating your life is the best practice.
Look around your room right now. Pick an object. Say 2 sentences about it, but in the second sentence, force yourself to use it or this.
For example, look at your lamp. I have a lamp. It is bright. I bought a lamp. This lamp is old.
Then practice your reactions. Watch a movie in English. When a character does something surprising, pause the video and say, "That was surprising," or "That is strange."
Get used to the feeling of throwing that back at the screen. It trains your brain to treat the event as a distant context.
And when you are shopping, even for groceries, practice with 1. I will take the ripe avocado. No, not that one, the other one.
The other one, that is a phrase you will use every single day.
We have covered a lot of ground today. We started with simple pronouns to kill the repetition. We fought the battle of this versus that using distance and time, and we learned how to shop with the one.
Speaking is a muscle. You cannot just understand these rules intellectually. You have to feel them in your mouth. That is why we recommend listening to this episode again. Shadow us. When Mark says a sentence, pause the audio and say it back. Match his speed, match his intonation.
If you do that for 1 week, I promise you, the next time you speak English, the words it and that will come out naturally. You won't even have to think about it.
And that is the goal. Fluency is when grammar becomes a reflex, not a math problem.
If you found this lesson helpful, please hit the like button. It helps us know which topics you want more of. And do not forget to share this with a friend who might be struggling with their flow.
We are here to build your confidence one dialogue at a time. Thank you for listening to the English Speaking Corner.
Keep practicing, keep shadowing, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye for now.